Look at me. I want you to really listen to me right now because we need to have a serious, honest conversation about your money. If you are retired or if you are standing right on the doorstep of retirement, counting down the months, I know exactly what is keeping you up at 2 a.m. It is fear. It's the terrifying question, am I going to run out of money before I run out of breath? They hit you with an overdraft fee. Do you know what the average bank overdraft fee is? It can be $35 or more for a single transaction. If you overdraw your account by $5 to buy groceries, that grocery trip just cost you $40. If you miss a credit card payment deadline by 1 day, you get hit with a late fee, sometimes up to $41, and your interest rate skyrockets. This is how seniors on fixed incomes get trapped in a financial quicksand that they can never pull themselves out of. It is expensive to be broke, and it is even more expensive to be caught in a cash flow gap in retirement. Traditional cash advance apps look at your bank account, and they want to see a recurring direct deposit from an employer. If you don't have a boss, they slam the door in your face. But Cashly explicitly states they do not discriminate based on income type. They accept recipients of Social Security, supplemental security income, disability insurance, alimony, and child support, alongside freelancers and gig workers. For a retiree who feels completely abandoned by traditional credit institutions because they no longer have a W-2 salary, this feels like an oasis in the middle of a financial desert. They also do not do a credit check. They don't require your Social Security number to sign up. There are no late fees, and there is zero interest. Let me say that again. 0% APR. No interest. If you take an advance of $75 to cover a utility bill so your lights don't get turned off, you owe exactly $75 back. You can even choose to give them a small, voluntary tip, say $3, but it is completely optional. To a senior citizen who has been burned by credit card companies and high-interest loans, a service that says, "We will lend you $75 and you pay back exactly $75 sounds like a miracle. But I need you to stand in your truth right now. Nothing in this world is completely free, and you must understand how these companies make their money before you hand over access to your accounts. Cashly charges a recurring monthly subscription fee of $4.88. It doesn't matter if you use the cash advance feature that month or not, that $4.88 is coming out of your account to pay for the membership. Now, $4.88 a month might sound like pocket change, but let's do the math. Over a year, that is nearly $60. If you are only using the app to get a $50 advance once or twice a year, you are paying a massive premium for that access. Furthermore, while transferring the money to your bank account is completely free if you are willing to wait a couple of business days, they charge an express transfer fee if you need that cash instantly. If you are in an absolute panic because an automatic payment is hitting your account in 10 seconds and you need the cash immediately to avoid a $35 bank fee, you will pay that express fee. You also need to look at how they determine if you get the money. Cashly partners with a financial technology company called Plaid. When you sign up, you have to link your actual checking account to the app. Cashly uses bank-level encryption to keep it safe, and they don't see your login passwords, but their system goes into your transaction history and analyzes your spending patterns. They look at what is coming in and what is going out to decide your eligibility. And this is where the fear and frustration can set in for people. I have seen the complaints. Some people download the app, they pay their $4.88 subscription fee, and then the algorithm looks at their bank account and says, "No, you are ineligible for an advance right now." Imagine how that feels when you are already stressed about money. You just spent nearly $5 of your precious cash to get help, and the app shuts the door on you because your account balance didn't meet their specific criteria. You have to be aware of that risk. So, what is the actionable takeaway here? How do you protect your retirement while navigating this new financial landscape? First, I want you to look at Cashly not as a permanent financial crutch, but strictly as an emergency tool of absolute last resort. If you are constantly finding yourself short $100 every single month before your Social Security check arrives, Cashly is not fixing your problem. It is merely putting a tiny bandage on a major wound. You have a structural budget issue that requires you to cut expenses or find alternative income, because relying on advances month after month will just keep you trapped in a cycle of dependency. Second, if you do decide to use an app like this to bridge a temporary gap, you must be hyper-aware of the subscription fee. If your financial situation stabilizes and you no longer need the cash advances, you must immediately use the in-app pause button or email their support to cancel that $4.88 monthly fee. Do not let $5 bleed out of your account month after month for a service you aren't using. Every single dollar matters in retirement. Third, I want you to explore proactive solutions with your actual bank or utility companies first. Many seniors do not know that you can call your electric company, your phone provider, or your credit card issuer and explicitly ask them to change your monthly billing due date to align perfectly with the day your Social Security check drops. Most companies will happily do this for you if you just ask. By changing the due dates, you eliminate the cash flow gap entirely, and you won't need an app to save you from late fees. Cashly is popular because it gives people a sense of control and dignity when traditional banks shut them out. It provides a cushion against the ruthless fees that plague fixed-income households. But true financial freedom in your retirement years doesn't come from a cash advance app. It comes from knowing exactly where every penny is going, eliminating unnecessary fees, and protecting your nest egg with fierce determination. Be smart with your money, understand the fine print, and never let fear dictate your financial choices.